Pisces Sun and Moon, and welcome to your 2022 yearly reading. Today we're going to break down your 2022 and see what it has in store for you. So this is a reading I did for myself on my birthday to get an idea of my next year ahead and see what big theme was kind of tying it all together. So that's where the idea for this video came from. So how this will work is we'll get an Archetypes card to get an idea of that bigger theme for you for 2022. And then we'll break down the year into 4 parts. We'll get a tarot card for each of the quarters and clarify that tarot energy with an animal spirit card. This reading I also call the Wild Unknown reading or the Kim Krans reading because all 3 of these decks are by Kim Krans. So lovely cards. I love the energy of them a lot, so I'm super excited to use them today. But let us get started and see what 2022 has in store for you, Pisces. Okay, so we'll start with our Archetypes cards, these nice big round ones. Archetypes deck, please give me the theme for Pisces for 2022. Theme for Pisces for 2022. Theme for Pisces for 2022. One card, please. One card, please. Theme for Pisces for 2022. There we go. Oh, yep, the self. Very bright, colorful card here. So it feels immediately off the bat like a self-discovery process. Let's see. So Pisces, for you in 2022, definitely a big self-discovery journey you're going on. Finding new aspects of yourself, diving into spiritual trains of thought for the self and who is the self, who are you, what is you, right? Are you your thoughts? Are you the thinker of your thoughts, or are you the observer of your thoughts? Who is the one thinking these thoughts? Who is the one observing those thoughts? Who has the awareness? What self is that? What person is that? And the different selves that we are with everybody we interact with too, right? The self we perceive that we think ourselves as is not the self that everybody knows, right? Each person has a different version of you in their mind, and that looks a little different, right? So the thousands of versions of you, the 1,000 versions of self that we have that exist all over in the minds of others and even in ourselves, all those versions, all encompassing you, right? So really diving into like this big self-discovery process, this big learning process of deep internal knowledge and awareness to figure out who these aspects of you are, right? To figure out your young child self and who your old future self's going to be, who you are presently, who you want to be, who you hoped to be, who you were. All versions of that self there, right? So looking in the mirror and identifying who's there, who's that person that that's looking in the mirror, and who's the person in the mirror, right? So big process here for self-discovery for you in your first in your 2022. But let us see how this progresses through your year and get to your first quarter energy. So we'll use our tarot, get our first tarot card here. So Wild Unknown Tarot, please give me the first quarter energy for Pisces of 2022. The 2022 Pisces first quarter energy. Thank you. Tower in reverse. Okay. And now we'll clarify with our animal spirit cards. Okay. Can I get clarification on the Tower in reverse, please, for Pisces for one card? Pisces first quarter of 2022, clarification on the reverse Tower. Thank you. The Lion. Okay. The Lion comes out in that process of self-discovery again here, right? The Lion has self-mastered. It is a card of self-mastery, of knowing who oneself is, and using one's energy deliberately and with precision because doesn't want to waste that energy. And a lot of power behind this card too, right? So that's just the Lion itself, but let's look at the reverse Tower here. So definitely some instability here, Pisces, for your first quarter with this reverse Tower. We are not in a Tower moment. It kind of, if there's tower energy here, it's because it's already happened, right? You've already had that destruction process happen to you where things broke down in your life that weren't meant for you any longer. So the universe helped clear that out for you. But that's, in this case, is also leaving room for the self-discovery process you were starting, right? So the lion kind of feels like the start of that process, your goal to what you're trying to get to by the end of the year as you work through your theme here. So that tower again is clearing out that energy, right? The lightning hits the tree when it's, so here's it, the right side up, right? So that lightning hits the tree, causing a fire, burning that tree down, and maybe more of the forest catches on fire at the same time, right? But that clears underbrush and things that are dead and turns it all to ash, and that helps nourish the ground and gives energy back into the earth so that new things can grow, right? New pieces of that self. So then also with this tree being struck in this reverse tower, right? We have those pine cones falling and that fire helping release the seeds. So versions of self, right? Versions of self coming out of the tree, new sprouts, new seeds of the same self opening up and being planted, being grown in the soil and in the shadow of what was left, what was struck down, right? So we're starting this big self-discovery process because we've already had our tower moment. Things break down in our lives that don't serve us any longer, so we can start this self-discovery process anew into being a new way of being, discovering ourselves some more, right? So let's hop into our second quarter here and see how this progresses. Okay, Wild Unknown Tarot, please give me the second quarter for Pisces for 2022. Thank you. Like that? Okay, yeah, like that. Okay, Two of Pentacles, so definitely some rebalancing happening. Clarification, please, on the Two of Pentacles for Pisces second quarter energy of 2022. Thank you. The Turtle. Okay, cool. Pisces here. So with your second quarter, so this is our January, February, March, April, May, June, the end of your second half of the year. We've got the Two of Pentacles here and the Turtle. So obviously that kind of transformation energy, right? That more discovering of self. The Two of Pentacles comes in to help rebalance and kind of reshuffle and reconfigure everything to bring balance back to the situation in our material world, right? Pentacles representing our physical reality, so that earth energy. And able to just kind of go with the flow here, right? So that ever constant moving infinity spiral movements, right? So just kind of flowing with it, right? And same with Turtle, that turtle water energy. Journeying through the Turtle is both a water energy and an earth energy, connecting with both of those elements. And the Turtle is a very spiritual animal in a lot of cultures, right? I'm going back. Oh, you know what just popped up? I don't know for you Pisces if you've ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, but I'm thinking of the lion turtle here, right? Like lion and turtle. That lion turtle figure in Avatar being very the holder of deep truths and knowledge, one for each of the elements, right? The turtle generally, in some cultures, carrying the world, carrying civilization on its back through the ocean, right? So interesting lion turtle coming out here, right? And that Avatar imagery and knowledge coming in. So you helping rebalance your life here after this tower event that probably happened in 2021, maybe towards the end there. And you figuring out who you are now after this event has happened to you, reconfiguring your life, rebalancing your life, connecting with yourself, and getting stable again and learning yourself along the way, getting into the self-mastery process on who you are, all the different selves, the self that thing happened to and the self that you are now, and the self that you're trying to be and learning how to be in as you move through the year here, okay, in 2022. So lots of strong, interesting energy coming in here. And it's just so funny to me how I can't get the lion turtle out of my head now, right? I just see the lion turtle talking to, again, if you've seen Avatar, talking to Aang, right? And imparting this knowledge and wisdom on Aang for how to handle his situation. And that's kind of this same situation. You're not the same situation, but the lion turtle imparting its knowledge on you is the same in this case as well. Let's see how the third quarter happens now with this knowledge coming through and you having kind of rebalanced in the first half of 2022. Okay, so Unknown Tarot, please give me the third quarter energy for Pisces for 2022. Thank you. Sideways. What are you? That's like that. Okay. Sun of Cups. Some more water energy. And then Animal Spirit, please give me clarification on the Sun of Cups for Pisces, third quarter of 2022. Too many cards. Just one, please. Clarification on the Sun of Cups, please. Thank you, the owl. Okay. In your third quarter here, Pisces, so our Sun of Cups comes out. Definitely more emotions there. Cups being the element of water, which is our emotions, and the tarot. And that continuous connection, right? And diving deeper into your emotions. You're definitely no stranger to that, Pisces, as a water energy, right? We're heavily in our emotions. I'm a Cancer moon. So emotions, water, our middle name, right? So we're always in them. We're always aware of them, always... it's hard to not be aware of them, right? They're just constantly there. We can't help it most of the time, right? But that owl comes in for a lot of perception again, a lot of focus, and adding some mental energy into that cups, and to really make sure that you're trusting this process here, right? So the Sun of Cups is... not the king, right? It's not fully encompassed of that cups energy. So there is a chance for some unbalancing here, right? We were trying to balance as we were in the first quarter here, or second quarter here of 2022. We were getting this balance back here, right? So we need to make sure we maintain it with the Sun of Cups energy, because it's an easy Sun of Cups energy. He can easily be out balance. He can get off balance, off kilter a little bit, as his emotions potentially overwhelm him. But to make sure, right, that owl coming in, to make sure we're trusting in this process, trusting in our knowledge and in our growth and the information that we've been given through this lion turtle energy here, right? So again, constant discovery of selves, and this self coming through is not a bad self either. So the person you are on this little bit more shadow side, right, that doesn't trust as much, there is room here for lessons and learning and growth, because you are figuring out more aspects of yourself, these different rays of this rainbow here, right, in your theme card. There's constant opportunity here for you, Pisces, to figure out more versions of yourself, more aspects of yourself, and what that means, and how you respond to all these situations, right? That's part of the self-mastery process of the lion. It's diving in, really, really knowing who you are, and the owl looks very sharply into all those aspects as well, and telling you to treasure these aspects of yourself, no matter the positives and negatives of it, right? Often our greatest strength is also our greatest weakness. And we can take those shadow aspects of ourselves and turn them into strengths, turn them into things that are very helpful to us and help us grow further in our lives, and can offer us more information and knowledge in our lives here. Let's see here. Something to kind of note after diving into the knowledge of the Sun of Cups a little bit more, right? So there's an intensity here in the Sun of Cups, right? We see this rainbow coming out of the darkness, right? So again, speaking to that shadow side of ourselves, learning those shadow pieces of ourselves in our journey to discover the self. So we learn more and more as we dive into these shadows, as we dive into these deeper aspects of ourselves, right? The owl sees in the dark. The owl sees in the dark and can hunt in the dark and find its prey, no matter where it is and where it's looking at, right? So the owl seeing into you seeing into yourself more through this darkness, getting to the core of those shadows and what's actually hidden in there, right? So a lot of intense energy in the Sun of Cups card for introspective work, working it through this process as we work towards our self-mastery here, okay? So a little bit more there in terms of your third quarter energy. It feels like this is kind of your summer, right? Summer for a lot of the zodiac in 2022 is going to be a very interesting period. So July, August, September, there's probably something big astrologically going on there for a big square or trine or something going on, or some major planet going retrograde. I haven't had a chance to look yet. But just based on all these readings I've done for each of the zodiac signs, a lot happens in the third quarter of the year, July, August, September for a lot of people. Yours is definitely not as intense, I'll say, as some of the other zodiac signs. So helpful there for sure. You're not going to end up in as perilous of a situation as some of the other zodiac signs are. So that's good news for you there, at least. But Pisces here, so just kind of a last comment for you for 2022's third quarter here. To don't be scared of the darkness here, right? I know as a water energy, you Pisces are very aware again of your emotions like we were talking about, but even some of these depths can be scary for anybody, right? I know as a fellow water sign that it's like, I wasn't ready to dive into those depths yet. Those are some deep internal caves that I wasn't quite ready to swim into yet, but don't be scared of this darkness, right? Use the vision of the owl here to pierce that darkness with your night vision to see what's hidden, right? You might not have a perfectly clear picture, but you can navigate a little bit better than you might have otherwise and can move forward and actually get into those depths and light them up so they aren't shadowed anymore. Sometimes it's good to leave things as shadows, but you still need to know what's there, right? So our shadow sides are shadow sides, but we can still develop them and make them stronger and work for us, not against us, right? So as long as you have awareness here, illuminated in its proper wording for it, as long as they're illuminated, maybe not with light, but they're illuminated in their own way with knowledge, then they can work to our advantage as well. But let us get into our last quarter here for you Pisces and see what we've got. Okay, unknown tarot, please give me the last quarter of 2022 for Pisces, please. Last quarter for Pisces. Nope. Okay, come on. Last quarter for Pisces, please. Last quarter of 2022 for Pisces. Okay. So that is Six of Wands, it looks like. Or Swords. Swords? Swords, I think. I always get these ones mixed up. Okay, and then can we please clarify this card from the Animal Spirit deck for Pisces for their last quarter of 2022? Clarification, please. The whale. More internal depths. More internal depths for the whale there for sure. Pisces, with your last quarter of 2022 here, we're definitely we've been in the depths, right? You've been doing a lot of deep emotional work, spiritual work as you're on this process of self-discovery with our self card as your theme here, right? So we come into our Six of Swords here, having gone through a lot, but having that kind of hope, that rainbow at the end. The vision I'm kind of getting in my head, right, is you've delved into that darkness, right? You're following your owl's eyesight and you're in the shadows, you're in the dark, and you're working you kind of maybe got a little bit lost in that cave under the water, but you're finally seeing some light, right? You're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel here, and you're working your way back out of it. And then you come out and back into the light and you have these deep realizations and figured out so much more about yourself, right? Look at our rainbow and both of these cards here. So rainbow to start with our theme, and then rainbow at the end here of 2022. Coming to these big, deep realizations, right? And invigorates you and gives you a lot of enthusiasm to continue the process, right? So a whale, being that very steady, strong energy that dives down into those depths, right? These big whales, blue whales and killer whales, and diving down to these immense depths, right? Into this darkness and coming back out of it. No stranger to the depths of these emotional wells and the trenches in the ocean, right? But having done the process before, right, seems easier and easier. It's not as scary. The journeys itself and the moments that you're doing them always have something that you're scared about, right? But after you've embarked on your first journey in this kind of in this aspect, it's easier to do it again, because you just have a little bit of an idea of what to expect. There'll definitely be curveballs and things that are thrown at you that you don't know, but you have at least an idea of what the journey might look like versus you didn't know anything before, right? So you come through this realization process, you figured out this piece, you figured out an aspect of this self, right? And you're like, okay, cool, I want more. Let's dive into the next bit. Let's dive into more. And continuing this process full circle with this line of self-mastery, right? Working your way around the spiral with all these rays of the rainbow here, rays of yourself, diving back in over and over and over again with this whale energy, because it's already happened to you before, so you know it's possible. You've already come out of this darkness and back into the light after diving into these depths, right? So a very big piece, a very big journey here, right? So the whale not being a stranger, especially for you, Pisces, as a water element, again, right? Not being scared to dive into those emotional depths and figure out more of the self, more discovery, getting into those shadows, and eventually you'll have this full picture, right? You'll have this full picture of self. You see this with our theme card here for you, for Pisces for 2022, right? Are the person outlined here, the person's black, all in black here, right? And then it's surrounded by rainbow, and that pearl in the center making these rays of the rainbow. Very, very strong card here, right? So you'll end up looking back on whatever your tower situation was that happened in 2021 for you, having started this whole self-discovery process, and you being a different version of yourself, a newer, better version of yourself that you're able to pick, because you have access to all these pieces of yourself now. You have access to the fuller picture, know how to do the journey again and again, and are willing to do it, even excited, right? Because it's growth. It means you learned more. It means there's more to keep diving into, right? And again, it'll get less and less scary as time goes on, because you know you'll keep coming out of this darkness, no matter how far down you may end up being, right? You are lucky with the Alpha being able to see a little bit more than maybe others can in that darkness, navigating your way through your shadows. But at the same time, even if you didn't have that now, or you don't have that later on as you've done this process a couple times, you'll still end up back out. And that makes it easier to embark on the journey in the first place, right? So it's a process I've been through myself, and it's a constant one. You never stop this process, but it's hard sometimes. There are struggles with it for sure. There's definitely stumbling blocks, and times you get a little lost, but you'll make, I made my way out. I know you'll make your way out, same as others before us, right? Who've made their way out and decided, after getting some rest and recovering a little bit here. That's also what the Six of Swords talks about, for getting that rest and recovery after this journey, ready to embark on the next one, right? So you get home from a long trip, right? And you're like, okay, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm happy to be home. And you rest up a little bit, and then that inkling starts coming for, it's like, okay, when's the next trip? When am I going to go again? When am I going to go explore and learn more again, right? And therefore starting the cycle all over again, right? That constant, that infinity of balance in life, with our Two of Pentacles over here. So, exciting energy here for you, Pisces, for 2022. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see a fellow water sign go through this journey of self that I've been through multiple times already. So happy to see it for you as well. But Pisces, let me know down in the comments below how your year progresses. I'd love if you come back to this video and let me know after each of these quarters kind of what that energy was, and if it matches up with the cards, right? Because ultimately we do have free will in all of our in our situations. We have free will for how we respond, who we connect with, how we react to what happens to us. And that can change up the energy here a little bit. Again, these are overarching themes, big picture, right? So I'm kind of curious if it is that full intensity or a little bit less, and how that ends up panning out for you, Pisces. So I'd love it if you'd let me know in the comments down below. But Pisces, that's all I have for you today. I wish you a blessed 2022. I hope it's a good year for you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please like and comment and subscribe down below. That helped me out a lot. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.